Hello and welcome to yet another career tip. Tuesdays at 2. Sorry, my career tips for a crazy world is another time, Mondays and Fridays. So Tuesdays at 2, where I come on and talk about a different topic relating to career management every week. Today's topic is my resume was prepared in 2020. My resume was prepared in 2020. So let's talk about resumes. Very, very important. That's the gateway to getting into the interview. A resume doesn't get you the job, it gets you the interview. So people have that, oh, I'm going to get a job through my resume. Yes, it gets you the interview part way there, but resumes are constantly evolving. I've been in business now 31 years writing executive resumes, and I've seen them change dramatically. In the last 10 years, they've changed huge from being a very, very bland, responsibility based document now to a very performance based document, because you're going to be hired because of your performance, because you can make the money, save the money, streamline operations, a bulk of other stuff. So resumes have changed, not quite as much as they had in the previous 3 years between 2017 and 2020, but they have changed between 2020 and now. Why? Is because that ATS, and those of you who have been watching me for a number of years on Tuesdays at 2 and on my YouTube channel, have been commenting and listening to me talking about ATS. What is ATS? ATS is the applicant tracking system. That's the computer application that when you apply for a job, it goes into the computer and then comes out based on a certain format, a certain content, and of course your keywords, your skill-based, functional level, industry-specific buzzwords. So it's a database. So if you're to send to an executive recruiter, they put it into their ATS, and then when a job comes up, they type in various buzzwords, and hopefully your resume will come up as a perfect candidate. So, yeah, the ATS has become far more prevalent. So in 2020, it wasn't as popular as it is now. Now most companies have ATS. Here in Canada, where I am, every company with 87 or more employees, 87 or more employees, generally, there's no rule of thumb here, generally have ATS. So you have to be prepared. That's like the Boy Scouts motto, be prepared for ATS. Don't think it's not going to be read by ATS. Even if you give it to somebody through networking, they might give it to their HR department, and you're scanned in, and then you might be forgotten about. Probably you will. You will. So the prevalency of ATS has come really to the high now. You cannot afford not to have a non-ATS resume. You don't need two resumes, one for non-ATS and another one for ATS. Complete waste of paper, complete waste of your time. You just need to have one. You can blend the two into one. But ATS is like a whole long laundry list, a long laundry list of stuff you cannot do and stuff you can do. So it's built around a certain format and a certain content. And if you want to go and find out more about that, go to my YouTube channel and press the subscribe button, where I tell you what exactly an ATS is. If anybody's got any comments, somebody's got comments here. Is it worth subscribing to BlueSteps? Okay. I was on the BlueSteps resume writing and coaching team for several years. Personally, I don't think it is worth, from what I've been hearing in the last few years. I haven't been with them since about 2018. I don't think that BlueSteps is, I think it's not worth your investment. You can connect with executive recruiters through the normal channels. So that's my own professional opinion. I wouldn't waste your time. They have some good seminars, but they have seminars on what I do and what many other of my colleagues do. So you can listen to my very well-known, knowledgeable colleagues off BlueSteps, or you can listen to the BlueSteps seminars and whatever, but I would not, personally, I would not subscribe now. I hope that answers your question. Anybody got any other comments? I'm more than happy to answer them. So since 2020, the ATS has become far more prevalent. So you have to tune into the ATS, and those who are doubtful about ATS, there are some videos on ATS on my YouTube channel. So you have no choice now. You have to have an ATS friendly resume. And you can have a one that with charts in and graphs and colors and all sorts of other interesting visual stuff to give to the interviewers, what I call as a memorable moment. So when you are leaving the interview, you can leave it with them, and it's just another implant in their mind of your name, and it's a bit more visual. It's not as not as colorful and enlightening as a regular ATS resume. So in short, you don't need two resumes. You don't need a non-ATS and an ATS resume. You need one. You can build an ATS resume, make it look good with all your stories, your performance-driven stories built around the acronym STAR: situation, task, action, result. And so more performance-driven stories have come in the last 4 or 5 years. Anybody got any comments? Please feel free to ask a question or got any comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. So yeah, first impressions count. If you show me you're outdated, now I see so many resumes. In fact, I had one this morning. I was giving a resume critique to somebody, and I said, "You've been updating this. It's a 2007, 2008, because I can tell when it was created." And he said, "How do you know?" And I said, "Well, that's the format it was in 2007, 2008, 2009. He was blown away, and he's been adding to it since. Well, it doesn't meet today's standards, far from it. He will fail that scanning machinery. So if you've got a resume that's anything, say, more than 3 years out of date, you really need to have a look at it and probably rewrite it, reformat it, and strengthen it, and tell a very compelling story, because it's your sales tool. You only get one chance. First impressions count." So that sort of wraps it up. It's a bit short today. If anybody's got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Thanks for that talk, that question about Blue Steps. Hopefully I've given you a reply that you wanted to hear. I'm more than happy to give anybody a free, no obligation resume critique. I'm going to put my if I can find my, I haven't got it on here. I've got my email on here, but it's more than happy to email it to me. Go into my website, analyteresume.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn, Martin Buckland, and I'm more than happy to give you a free, no obligation resume critique. And I'm also willing to give a free, no obligation LinkedIn audit. So I'll go through LinkedIn from top to bottom and tell you where you need to sort stuff out and to deliver a better impact and tell more of a compelling story. And as I mentioned earlier on, I would be pleased if you go to my YouTube channel and press the subscribe button and the bell button, where you will be notified of future videos to come. I've just been writing scripts for some future videos I'm going to shoot in the next few days. So please feel free to go to my YouTube channel, where you will find a wealth of information, including ATS resumes and what they look like and how to get around that ATS, because you can never beat a computer, but you can at least try and match it. I know how to match it, and you should know how to match it. If you don't, then that's the reason why you would have a free, no obligation resume critique, or have it professionally prepared. So I will call it quits. I'm back on again next Tuesday for another Tuesdays at 2, when my topic will be, I am seeking to move to another country. Are there benefits to my career? I am seeking to move to another country. Are there benefits to my career? Now, my differentiator is I work globally. I've got clients, I think, in 31 different countries as we speak right now, coaching and resume writing. So the world is, there's no borders to me. So I will be talking quite eloquently, quite very confidently on becoming an expat or moving internationally, which I promote as a coach. And it's really good. So come in and listen next week to Tuesdays at 2. Unless anybody's got any other comments or questions, that sort of wraps it up this week. But please come into my career tips for a crazy world. So twice a week for 1 minute, 9 a.m. Monday morning Eastern Standard Time and 2 p.m. Friday afternoon Eastern Standard Time. I give a 1 minute, very, very quick career tip. So I hope you come into my career tips for a crazy world and join me again next week, Tuesdays at 2, when we'll be talking about international relocation of your career. So hopefully have a great week. Remember, manage your career. Do something this week between today and next Tuesday to manage your career. You are in charge of your career. Your employers aren't. Have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.